Hi, everyone. It's me again, Ivonne Emilia Lizondo, and I'm here with the astrology update for this week. But before I get started, I just want to say I hope everyone's having a great week. And thank you to all those that have just touched base with me to see how my biopsy went. So it's healing really pretty. Okay, we think we got all of it, just putting some medication on there, and hopefully they took that sunspot, so it'll be better than before. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you all for checking in on me, and my heart really feels it. I appreciate it. It's been a rough week. We got our second shot, the witchy gypsies. We got our second shot, and it did not go very well. So all of the love is greatly appreciated. Anyhow, so I'm here for the astrology update for April the 11th, which is today, Sunday, until April the 17th, so next Saturday. And today, April the 11th and into the 12th, we are experiencing the new moon in Aries. Now, please forgive me because I don't have a chart again this week. I just came back from the gym, and so I'm trying to hope I don't smell too bad, but I'm kind of in a rush to try to do a few things, before my Sunday runs out, but I wanted to make sure I reached out and I did tap into the astrology for the week. So we do have a new moon this evening. It will start around 8:48 Central Standard Time, and it is occurring in Aries. Now, again, when the new moon happens, we have the sun and the moon coming together in the same part of the sky. So it's literally the sun is, shining light upon all of that needs to be reflected. However, because the moon is tapped into literally like combust, right? The sun's energy, we don't see the moon. So hence we have a new moon. But what this means for you is that during the new moon, it's a wonderful time to set intentions for this new lunar cycle. So for us, practitioners, witches, gypsies, whatever you want to call us, we consider the monthly moon, the monthly cycle, to begin on the new moon, hence new moon cycle. All right, so in Aries, what does this mean for you? Well, Aries is that energy of really starting to want to move forward. So we may start to feel like, all right, spring is here. We want to get out there and do things. We want to make sure that we start new projects. We may want to initiate stuff that's been in the back burner for some time. So we may feel this impulse or this pull. It's more like a push with Aries, because it's like, whew, there you go, you're off and running. And so you may feel like, hey, I really want to start putting into place, some of those things that I've been putting off for a while. So that energy, that motivation, that passion, that creation energy is really what we're going to be working with. However, too much energetic, explosive, passionate energy can sometimes create potential abrasion or aggression or issues if it is not honed in correctly, okay? And the reason I say that is because the moon, the sun, and Venus are in a conjunction. They're all together in the same part of the sky. Venus is about 3 or 4 degrees away from the sun, so it's not necessarily combust. It's not hidden by the sun, but it still has to do with our relational sense, how we're relating to other people. And Aries, when Venus is in Aries, it wants what it wants, when it wants it, and how it wants it, and it's going to do what it needs to do. So you may find that you may be setting intentions during this new moon to say, I want what I want, and I'm going to get it. And you may not necessarily be tapping into, how is that going to affect my relationships, or how I connect with other people, or am I going to hurt other people's feelings, or am I not taking people into consideration? And the reason that I say that is because the sun, the moon, and Venus are in a square. They're kung fu fighting. There is abrasion there with Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Pluto in Capricorn, again, Pluto makes everything like really explosive or implosive, right? It makes us look at everything like kaboom, or all of a sudden, like Ant-Man. Yeah, like Ant-Man. Like everything looks really tiny, but then when you're really tiny, everything looks really huge. That's what happens with Pluto. And in Capricorn, it's about responsibility. It's about structure. It's about the rules. It's about expectations. And so you may find that you're kind of in an abrasive, mode when it comes to what you want to get done, how you want to get done it, but that necessity to really hyper focus on the rules and the regulations, or you may be bound by rules and regulations. So when you set the intentions for this new moon, I know this drives me nuts back here. When you set the intentions for this new moon, take those things into the consideration. It may feel like, yes, I want to get things done, but you want to watch out for those things that might be holding you back. All right, the next day, not the next day, but the next thing I want to focus on for this week, that new moon energy transfers from the 11th to the 12th. So that is Monday. So we still feel all of that Monday. But then on Tuesday, we have the moon coming into a connection with, in conjunction with Uranus in Taurus. Now, when the moon gets together with Uranus, it makes us feel like we want to suddenly do things. We may suddenly feel like an emotional expression of some sort. And in Taurus, it may have to do with either our home, our comfort level, our food source, maybe suddenly, shifted for whatever reason. Taurus represents food. Uranus represents sudden changes, electrifications, unexpected stuff that may come up. When the moon passes over that spot, it could activate that. And so just be prepared. You may feel like, oh my gosh, I really need some comfort right now. And you may be reaching out to, go buy yourself some Bluebell ice cream, mint chocolate chip preferably. Anyways, so that's on Tuesday. But the other thing that's happening on Tuesday is that, again, the moon and Uranus are tapping into a square, a more abrasive sense with Saturn in Aquarius. Now, this has been a long, year-long theme with Saturn representing responsibility, structure, boundaries, slowing things down, tradition, the past, holding on to the status quo is what I mean by past. And Uranus representing change, future, looking forward. Okay. And in Saturn and Aquarius is like, well, before we can move forward, let's put all of these things in place. And then Uranus and Taurus is like, yeah, no, we got to make some changes to the foundation of what we're dealing with, because Taurus is about building, it's about creating, it's an earth sign, so it's about setting foundation. So there's a struggle between the status quo, keeping the status quo as a means of moving forward, versus moving forward because we're creating a new foundation, if that makes any sense. And of course, that's done through change, because Uranus is about change. So we have this theme going on during this time, but the other part of this that's important for me that transfers over until Wednesday is that we have this beautiful trine between Mars, action, aggression, moving forward, energy, motivation in Gemini, which is an air sign. But when Mars gets into Gemini, sometimes it wants to accomplish too much and it can get quite scattered, but it's connecting beautifully right now, which is kind of something I don't really ever say about Mars, okay? But it's connecting beautifully with Jupiter in Aquarius, another air sign. So Jupiter makes things bigger. So right now, and we're coming to the last bit of this, so if you want to take advantage of putting into action those things, okay, those thoughts, those plans, those whatever it takes to put things into action for long term, for the future, right now would be a really great time to do it. Of course, it all depends on your individual natal charts. I suggest that you get a reading with me, a consultation, so you know exactly how this energy could impact you. But from an overall perspective, this would be a great time to, to tap into that. The other event that happens on Wednesday, the 14th, is that Venus, goddess of love, okay, and beauty and connection and finances, steps into one of her home signs, which is Taurus, which is the earth sign. Oh my God, Venus loves being in Taurus, because in Taurus, she feels at home, and it's all about comfort and love and food. And yeah, you better go get some more ice cream. Actually, I bought some right now. It's the Magnus caramel with double chocolate. Oh, yes. I'll post it later. But anyhow, so Venus in Taurus is going to make us feel just like we have this sense of peace and beauty. Venus in Libra, its other home sign, is about fairness and justice and harmony and diplomacy. But in Taurus, she's like, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm eating my ice cream, and I'm going to be good. Just don't piss me off because I'm going to come after you hard with a smile on my face. All right, so that is Venus in Taurus, and this happens on Wednesday about midday. Now on Friday, we're same energy on Thursday, but on Friday, we have that energy that I was talking about with Jupiter in Aquarius, the air sign, and Mars in Gemini in another air sign. And this is the last bit of energy you're going to get. So I would highly recommend that you really, really focus on tapping into that. Pluto is still squaring the sun, and so we may feel like this boom, 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 boom of, you know, energy around us, but it can play in our favor if we tap into the intensity of it and really try to get done what we need to get done. And then we have Saturday. Saturday, the moon comes into a conjunction, connects with Mars, okay, in Gemini. And this could create, you know, the feeling that we're being pulled in a lot of different directions, especially mentally, or anything that deals with communication, documentation, writing, gossip, facts. Okay, so we may be feeling like we're, you know, pulled in different directions, or we can feel like agitated because of those things. You may get gossip that you didn't really want to know, or you may be the one that's gossiped about. Okay, and so there may be a tendency of flaring up of emotion or feeling like you're being pulled in a variety of directions. So Friday's a little bit more, you know, tentative from my point of view, but the sun and the moon are connecting in a sextile, so that could ease, you know, some of that out. But ultimately, that's what this week is about. Today is the new moon, tonight's the new moon. So in Aries, again, get done what you need to get done, enjoy the week, and I hope everybody has a pleasant week. Everybody remains calm in their power, and I'm gonna go have some ice cream. Blessed be, y'all.